One of the clear factors of running a YouTube channel is putting out content. And after changing the format of this channel, I kind of let myself off the hook a little bit, not keeping with the every 3 week I need to put out a video. And that gave me some breathing room, which is really nice. But it also made it just a little bit difficult for me to just jump right in again and try and schedule new content. So with this new format, I figured I wanted to do something just a little bit different from what I usually do, and that is turn this into kind of a vlog style video, making it possible for me to just do a little dive into what's happening today and then come out with that type of content every now and again. So actually, if you enjoy that type of content, let me know in the comments. I would really love to hear your ideas around this format here. What I expect to show you in the next couple of minutes is just a brief walk around my studio and my shop. Maybe we should go to the factory space as well and just check it out, what's going on over there. But let's start here. This is my studio. This is where I do the majority of my design work. This is where I do all my office work. So let's just dive in and see what's going on here. Studio. So this is my drawing space. I have my light table. I have some bits and pieces laying around. I have all my tools for doing design work. I have tons of pens, rulers, of course my daily calendar. I have whatever is going on right now. And this specific work I'm doing here is I'm trying to do some redesigning on the Haddock. And you might be able to see some more about that on a later date. This is a new gimbal that I bought. Still trying to figure it out, so I'm actually just holding this by a small tripod right now. But the gimbal, maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. We'll see. Here I'm working, and oh, what's this? I'm actually working with the pencil. And I usually tell people sketch with a pen, but who am I to judge what I'm doing? So I'm sketching with a a pencil. Here we have one of the prototype pens. These are going to be available very soon. So very soon. We don't have an exact date yet, but more on that later. So I'm working on this project here, the Haddock, doing some work on that, which also means that I'm working in Fusion for the same project. So the way that I do that is I go back and forth between drawings on the computer and on my light table. So I will take a printout of the cat drawing and then I have one here actually. Print out of the cat drawing and sketch over it and over it and over it, and then go back to cat, work back and forth. I started right after coming back from vacation. I started a new daily ritual, and that happens here. This is my work laptop, my MacBook. This is where I answer all emails. This is where I answer most comments here on the channel. And I put it here rather than on the big screen, just because the big screen over here, that is where I want to have perfect freedom for creative work. So I didn't add emails to that over there. So this is emails, and my new ritual around emails is that I don't read emails unless I have time to answer them. I don't check emails unless I have enough time to actually sit down and answer the majority of the emails that I got, and I will answer all emails so I can run with a 0 email inbox. That takes a lot of time, but it has taken such a burden off my shoulders, because up until now I've really just been checking emails 10, 20 times a day, reading all the emails but not answering, just thinking when I have time I will answer all the emails in the inbox. Usually what it ends up with, I only answer what is like really, really urgent, and then suddenly I have 300, 400, 500, 600 emails in my inbox. Now I have 0, and I save a ton of time by just answering immediately, so I only have to read that one email once. All right, so this is kind of the usual clutter that is on my table. Another daily ritual is that I try to stay quite efficient during the day, but let's just face it, I can't be 100% efficient all day throughout the day. So what do I do? What do I do when I need a break for something? What I try not to do is go to social media. I have a specific dogma rule for myself there. I can't go on social media until after 3 p.m. So if I need a break during the day, I will sit in my reading chair, and I have allowed myself to read at any given moment during the day. Usually I get bored after a little while, mainly just because the kind of books that I allow myself to read are non-fictional. So this is a book about daily rituals from about 200 artists, writers, scientists, etc. This is really, really interesting, and this gives me food for thought on how I run my personal life and my personal day. That's really good. I have recently started or restarted an interest in bonsai trees, so now I'm reading about it. I have yet attempted to actually do anything about it. This one is something I got from my friends at Big Idea. I'm not gonna say anything about that. This one is A Monk's Guide to Clean House and Mind. Really interesting read. Also on more a philosophical state, if you will. And this one is one of my latest purchases. This is the Edina, The World of Edina by Mobius, which is a fantastic comic artist. If you don't know it, you should. Beautiful, beautiful drawings of this science fiction environment. I think that is a pretty good place to end this tour in my studio. Let's head downstairs and see. Oh, this is already 9 minutes, so maybe we don't get to see the workshop today or the factory today, but let's at least go into showroom and my workshop. This just arrived yesterday. This is a sharpening system by a company called Horl. However, that is pronounced Horl. I'm so intrigued about this system. So I got to talk with one of the sales managers, and I was just super fascinated by this system that actually allows people to sharpen their knives without having any professional engagement with knife sharpening. This should allow people to just sharpen their, especially kitchen knives, but pocket knives as well, very easily. So that will be in a later video. So now we're in my favorite spot. I said that about the drawing table, didn't I? But this is my inner workshop. We have the grind room out here, which is nice as well. I love grinders, who don't? But this is where I do the majority of my work on my folders. This is where I do layout work. This is where I work on folders. Here I am working on a batch of Sonics. I just fitted the lock on this one. This is a custom design. This is my newest custom design, I guess, even though it's about a year old. I am working on new custom designs, by the way, but this is the Sonic. It features a Spyderco opening hole, which I am licensed to use. And the process that I'm in right now is fitting the locks. This is, what do you call this, a subframe lock or a bolster lock, I guess, meaning that the handle scales will actually fit outside the lock. So what that means is that this is kind of a mix between a liner lock and a frame lock. And what I really enjoy about that is that you don't accidentally put pressure on the lock when you try to open the blade, really, which can be something that is a reoccurring problem with frame locks, especially if they're a smaller type. So I'm working on 9 right here. These are wooden trays that I made a good number of years ago. One of the first projects that I did on my CO2 laser. So this is really, really simple, but it allows me to organize all the parts for my folders. And I generally like to work on 6 folders at a time, and that's why there's 6 spots, except I'll add another 3. So that's what is going on in the shop right now. Just want to end this video by just showing you this beautiful little fixture here. It's nothing new. I made that a long time ago, and I actually covered some of it in one of the previous videos on this channel. But let me just illustrate here. I grabbed a Sonic blade here. Ooh, it's a damage steel blade, by the way. Might be able to see the pattern here. So the way it works is the blade is added to the fixture. It's held in place by a pivot pin. It rests against this micro adjustment feature here, and when the machine is turned on, I can grind the lock face on the blade. Very accurate. This fixture controls the angle that this blade is sideways, and it controls the depth of the cut on the grinder, which allows me to do micro adjustments of the lock as I'm fitting it. And it took me so long to figure out how to build this fixture. It took me very long just to attach it to the grinder, but now, having done all that work, I can fit a lock very precise and do micro adjustments as I go. So I think that is it for today's little vlog video here. I would really love to hear your thoughts on this format. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time to do so. Let me know in the comments, or if you have questions, suggestions for future vlog episodes. I would really love that I could do this on a regular basis. Maybe not once a week, maybe not once every 2 weeks, but maybe put one of this style videos out at least once a month. Maybe, if you enjoyed much more than that. But let me know in the comments, and until next time, see you later.